Hey, I don't know if you ever heard the phrase, don't miss the forest for the trees. Or maybe you've heard the phrase, the 800-pound gorilla in the middle of the room, that, the thing that's so obvious. Well, the thing I want you to see, and I know you know this, but the thing I want you to see is that I'm not your student pastor, right? I'm not your pastor. I'm not FCA staff. I mean, I know you know I'm not those things. Um, but what I want you to see is that I'm a regular run of the mill person. I'm just a guy who loves Jesus, and he uses us. He uses people to go to the marketplace to share the gospel. He uses FCA staff, and he uses pastors, and he uses people, but he uses your platform to do that. And so that's what I want to ask you about. So in Luke chapter 5, Jesus shows Peter how to use his tools and the things that he likes and things that he does, his occupation. He uses Peter to advance the gospel. So there's a bunch of people following Jesus, and he's teaching and preaching and stuff. And there's so many of them that they're pushing them into the water at the shore of the Sea of Galilee. And Jesus says, "Well, hey, let's get in your boat and push out a little bit." And so they did. And then they turned around, and Jesus was teaching the people. And so, but the point is that Jesus used Peter's platform to share the gospel. And so, the question is, what's your platform? Like, what's my platform? What can God use in my life to share the gospel? And so, your platform might be football or baseball or wrestling or coaching or teaching, basketball, whatever your sport is. That's your platform. That's your opportunity. Those are your friends, and you'll have impact with those guys and girls on your team that your preacher will never have, because he's the preacher, right? They pay him to love Jesus, right? That's just a joke, but they don't pay us, right? Because we're just regular people. We're just coach and teacher and athlete. We just do it because we love Jesus. Well, the pastor does it because he loves Jesus too. But the point is, that's your platform, and you're going to have influence there that nobody else will. Now, I know that you just think the football field is a football field, but it's more than a football field. It's your platform. I know you think your sport is a thing that you like to do, but it's more than, for those of us who claim Jesus, right? We say we love Jesus. Our sport is more than just a sport. Track is more than just track, and baseball and wrestling is more than just baseball and wrestling. It's our opportunity. Peter, in Acts chapter 3 and verse 12, he saw the opportunity. There was a bunch of people there, and he took the opportunity to preach who Jesus was and tell them who Jesus was. And so I know that you think that the football field it looks like a field. I know it looks like it is a football field, and it looks like a basketball court, and it looks like a wrestling mat, but it's so much more than that. The football field and the baseball field and the basketball court and the wrestling mat all that is our opportunity to share the love of God with our friends and with your friends. And so don't miss that. The obvious thing, my platform is teacher and coach and bus driver, and I'm not your youth pastor. I'm just a regular guy, who is using my platform to make disciples who will make other disciples. So I hope you'll begin to see that God can use you. The scripture says he'll do more than you could ask or imagine as you're following him. And so that you'll begin to see your sport and the thing that you love doing as your opportunity God has given you to share God's love with people.